Hi everyone, we're going to do a little video today to show you guys how to set up the Charles Street Video Ronin 1 with the Red Epic number 1, but it should be the same roughly with any Red Epic that you have. Before we begin, you have to realize that the Epic Dragon is a heavy camera compared to what the Ronin can carry. So a few things that you have to be aware of before you even begin is what kind of setup are you going to have on the Red Epic. You should not use the battery on the camera because it's adding weight, obviously. You should use lenses that are as light as possible. And if you have a focus remote, you should use a focus remote that is as light as possible as well. We are not going to use a monitor on the camera to reduce the weight as well. And the battery cable, the power cable, and the video cable that's going to go from the camera to the monitor that we will set up on the Ronin itself should be as thin and flexible as possible so that they don't hinder the movement of the Ronin itself. All right, let's go. First things first, the Ronin stand. To set it up, because there is no obvious button or anything, and sometimes I see people struggling and forcing on that thing. It's pretty easy. You hold it in one hand, you take the other side, you pull, and you twist. Pull, twist. And there is the Ronin itself. So, as you can see on the side here, there is a little knob that you push down, and this allows you to lock and unlock the safety when you slide it in. And once it's done, you can tighten it here to make sure it's just not moving. So what we're going to do now is we're going to attach the battery plate of the Ronin. This is a standard V-mount. This is a standard V-mount battery plate that doesn't come with the Ronin, so make sure if you want to use it with the Red Epic or with any other V-mount camera, you get that plate. And we also have a flexible D-tap power cable. So you just attach it to whichever side you prefer. For demo purposes, we're just going to put it here, easy. We're going to set up the monitor on the other side of the Ronin here. To do this, we have another one of these clamps in the Ronin kit, but the monitor is not included in the kit, and the monitor mount, which is important, is not included in the kit as well. So if you want to mount a monitor on the Ronin, you need the monitor, you need the clamp, and you need the mount. It doesn't matter which monitor or which mount or arm or whatever you're using, a ball head or anything like that, but you need to plan for them. This is included in the kit though. So let's go. Power everything. We're going to use a V-mount battery on this plate here, and we're going to use a splitter to be able to power the camera and the monitor at the same time. So here is the super flexible power cable for the Red. We're going to attach the battery first, if I can find the right way, which is this way. All right, make sure it's holding properly. All right, there is a Velcro, so just Velcro it and attach the D-tap in the battery D-tap, which is right there. Okay, so this is set up. This is going to go in the camera. No forcing. Okay. All right. We're going to set this up later. First, we're going to focus on the camera itself. So take the red. This is the body. Remove everything unnecessary, like the handle, because we're not going to use it. Okay, so we have a Zeiss Compact Prime. It's a 25 here. The Zeiss Compact Primes are pretty light lenses, which are good for this type of setup. You can use any type of light prime lenses, but for example, when we did the preliminary tests for this video, we tried a few lenses. We tried the zoom, the red zoom, the 18-50, and it is heavy. And also, you have to remember that it's not only about the weight. Obviously, the camera should be as light as possible, but also about the length, because the Ronin has arms here, and you don't want the camera to bump in the Ronin when it tilts. So if you have longer cameras than this, you can actually use arm extensions here, but you have to ask for them as well because they don't come with the standard kit. What we're going to do now is we're going to put the camera on the Ronin in this standard version. A good habit is to find roughly the center of gravity of the camera to begin with. So you take a rod, put it on a flat surface, put the camera on it, and try to balance the camera, see where is the balance point. And here, by eye, I can tell it lands on the G of Dragon. So when I put this plate on, I will try to center it as much as I can on the G of Dragon so that it gives me as much space in the front and in the back to slide the camera in and out. The base plate is solidly attached, so now we can put the camera on the Ronin. You can see here there is a lever to tighten the plate. So it's open, of course. Let it click in, like you just heard the click. That's the safety pin, right? Okay. And then try to find a balance point like we had before, but it might be very difficult because the whole machine is not set up at all. So this is really just a rough point. See, it's falling forward, still falling forward, still falling forward. That seems to be okay. So, and once you found it, tighten it. All right, that was the first one. Now we have to balance the other axis. So we're going to start with the Dutch axis. And to do this, we have those two little knobs here that are going to help us. Just loosen them and try and find the point where it balances. If it stays in position, then you're balanced. And now the last one, which is the roll and pan axis, is this one that we want to balance. And same thing, we have to take this whole ensemble here and take the center of gravity and align it with this. So as you can tell, it is way too much in the front. So we use this little knob here. So you unscrew everything, loosen everything, and then you pull everything as much back as you can. All right, so last thing, the video cable from the camera to the monitor, of course, is going to throw the balance off again, but it's not too bad because we balanced everything really well in the beginning. Make sure you have enough clearance here so that the camera can move freely. So you see now how it's pulling up. That's why you need cables that are very flexible, so their effect on the balance is as small as possible. Okay, the only thing that we should have and that we don't is a cable to power the monitor from the splitter here to the monitor, but that would not hinder the balance at all because it would go straight from here to here. This is the Ronin battery. Make sure it's full. When you press once, you see the number of bars here. It should be at 4. Of course, you can use it if it's not full, but you know, with these batteries, it's better to have them charged all the time. So attach it. If you can, which obviously I cannot. All right, goes in like this. Slide it in, tighten it, and turn it on. It's going to balance itself. Okay. Looks like it's working. And so once you have everything set up like this, and it's working well in the default mode, then you can use the app on the phone to change everything. And with the app here, you can set up everything you want. You can set up the response time in all 3 axes. You see pan smooth track, tilt smooth track, roll smooth track. Then you can check the adjustments here and basically adjust everything to your own need and your own taste. But that's how you set up the Ronin for the Red Epic at Charles Street Video. Thank you very much. Have fun.